Hi, I'm Maggie McCauley of Wholehearted Parenting, and we've had some very disturbing days in our country. Um, Even though I publish these stay steady tips every Tuesday, I feel like my supply of staying steady has run a little thin here. And so I wanted to suggest a couple of things that we all can practice that may turn this around. And that may be too lofty a wish. But we can turn it around each day individually. And my suggestion is that we stop using the word hate. We, both sides accuse one another of um, throwing hate out into the world, speaking hate, being haters. And I don't think anyone who's been accused of that is going to recognize it, whether it's true or not. And I think hate is such a broad term that it doesn't help. Um, there's some other things that I think we can focus on. And so the first suggestion is to refrain from using the word hate. The second thing that we can focus on, there are three parts to this, is trust. I think we've grown in such polarity because there is a huge breach of trust. And the more we can focus on trust and regaining that trust among individuals, um, the better off we will be. The second thing we can focus on is collaboration, and that is working together for a positive outcome that uplifts everyone. Uh, in line with that, I want to refer you to our blog with two things. One is our post called that was called "Disarming the Harm of a Hostile Fight Culture." And the second thing I'm going to refer you to in that blog is a link to Dr. Tim Jordan's podcast about how we use words of war in our language. Words are important. They land with people with a physiological response we may not even be aware of. So even after listening to Dr. Jordan's podcast, I realized that I had used a word of war in the title of that blog post, disarming. That is a word of war. So I'm changing it to soothing the harm caused by the hostility of our fight culture. Um, the third thing that I'm going to recommend is that we focus on safety. As Bernie Sanders says, we need to be able to have public discourse and speak in a safe environment. Our environment has become incredibly unsafe, and that affects us on deep physiological levels. Uh, my heart is going out to those college students who witnessed the murder yesterday and the trauma that will invoke. And it is just a sad state that our children are exposed to this. They are probably the generation of children who have been doing drills for active shooters since they were in elementary school. And it's enough. This is enough. I think we've reached a tipping point. So let's stop using that word hate. Let's start focusing on trust and reestablishing trust, on collaboration rather than fighting for something, and on our own safety and the safety of those around us, particularly the safety of our children. So thanks so much. Please check out the blog post at wholeheartedparenting.com. Thanks so much.